In looking at Anna Karenina, as much as sometimes you can not like her and you can judge her, you always end up kind of going, yeah, but I understand it. And that's sort of what's terrifying and wonderful about the whole story.
I know that you're a big fan of these classic stories and period pieces. What about the story drew you?
I wanted to learn about the book. You know, it has this huge reputation, and it is an extraordinary novel. And so I was keen to kind of study it, I guess. I see sort of making films as like an extension of my education.
This is a new look for you? I didn't recognize
Well, we shake
you.
my hair back to here, and it's a very visual medium. You can play with the way you look, and it can have a really strong impact on what people, how people perceive you.
Yeah,
and
you look serious.
This guy, that's exactly what we wanted. There's a sort of morose intensity to this man. I like the opportunity to play someone with such stillness and hushed tones. Joe kept telling me to, you know, always, even when he was angry, if you notice, he's very passive-aggressive. It's like everything's swallowed. And little challenges like that are very rewarding when you pull them off.
How did you want to portray this amazing character? Did you relate to him in any way, or?
I just love his honesty. You know, when he sees her, he's sort of transfixed, and his sort of his barriers are down, and he can't help but speak from his heart and the truth. You know.
This is wrong.
It makes no difference.
You have no right.
It makes no difference.
You must forget me. If you're a good man, you'll forget everything.
And you? Will you forget?
There are a lot of different love stories going on.
Yeah.
Relationships in this book. And it seems like everybody can relate to at least one person. Who would you relate to the most?
I think some of the brilliance of Tolstoy's writing is that you feel characters you feel sympathy with initially, you end up feeling ambivalent about it. Vice versa, you know, the people who are ostensibly quite unsympathetic turns out to be heartbreaking. I think that's what makes the story so eternal, because there's nothing really changes. You know, you have that these days. Rules change and society changes, but human behavior doesn't.
Why did you choose to film the movie mostly on a stage?
Because I felt that the stage was an appropriate metaphor for Russian society at the time, which was very sort of vain in a way, very self-regarding, and yet they wanted to be like Paris. They wanted to be at the heart of cultural Europe, and so they adopted a certain persona and lived their lives as if upon a stage.
This is the third collaboration with Joe Wright, and I know that he loves having you as his leading actress. Do you feel that by now it's almost like a seamless process to collaborate with him, or is it still a brand new experience with each film?
It is a brand new experience for everything. I mean, it really does get dictated by the piece of work that you're doing, you know. I think it was kind of easier on Pride and Prejudice in a way, because you're dealing with a character who is so lovable and wonderful, and people want to be her, or they want to fall in love with her, or, you know, they see themselves as her.
Right.
Whereas Anna Karenina she's a very tricky woman. And she's not, you're not quite sure how you're meant to view her, you know, whether she's the heroine or the anti-heroine. So there'd be days where Joe would come in and just go, I hate her, I hate her. And I'd be like, no, we have to understand her, you can't hate her. But that is the point of her, I think, is to both love her and hate her at the same time.